The next problems type is going to be the heat capacity problems. We solved this earlier in the semester. It's a formula type problem where heat, which is Q, equals to mass times heat capacity, specific heat capacity, and change in temperature. So heat equals mass times heat capacity, specific heat capacity, times change in temperature. So in this case, there's one problem at least on the ACS exam where you have to encounter this formula, and usually you know everything except for one thing. So let's solve one of these problems. Randomly pick number 35. So we're solving problem number 35, part A. There's only one part. Calculate the amount of heat. Heat is the unknown, that's the asked. Used to heat up 3.9 kilograms of gold bar from 22 degrees Celsius to 66 degrees Celsius, with specific heat capacity of gold being this much. So we first have to write our equation out. Q is equal to mass times heat times change in temperature, which is T final minus T initial. So let's see what we got. So we have our mass, we have our temperature change, we had our heat capacity. This is unknown. Moreover, we're given information in kilograms, so to convert it to grams. 3.9 kilograms, and we just substitute kilo for what it stands for, equals to 3.9 times 10 to the positive third grams. So now we just have to plug this all in, and our heat is equal to 3.9 times 10 to the third grams. How do I know I need to convert from kilograms to grams? Well, it's because our heat capacity is in grams, not kilograms. We have to match the units. So now we're going to multiply it by 0.128 joules over grams times Celsius times final temperature 66 minus 22 degrees Celsius equals to whatever that equals to. Grams cancel out, Celsius cancels out, and the answer will be in joules. You can calculate that out. So make sure to remember this formula. The next problem type is from chapter 4. It is on isotopic notation, and let's look at it. This is kind of an all-around problem. It tests your ability to know what the different things stand for. So let me just give you around what it means. Z comes from the periodic table. This is the number of protons. That's the serial number of our element. So, number of protons. Surprise, my handwriting is getting worse and worse. Then, what does A stand for? A stands for number of protons and neutrons put together. And so this Z is 25, number of protons will be 25. Number of electrons, you have to look at the periodic table and find what element has 25 protons. Let me check that out for you. 25 protons is manganese, Mn. What else? Number of neutrons. Well, if A is number of protons plus neutrons, therefore number of neutrons is 25. 55 minus 25 in my world, it's 30. Now we're left with electrons. We know that for an element to be neutral, number of protons needs to be equal to the number of electrons. We're lacking electrons because we have more protons. We're missing 3 electrons. So the charge is going to be plus 3. And you just fill out like that. It pretty much tests your knowledge of these items. And the last problem type, is the abundance percentage of isotopes in the ACS Study Guide Part 1. Let's check it out. So in this case, you have to realize or remember that how it all adds up, and that the atomic masses on the periodic table here is given to you. We're lucky. So let's read this. An element has 2 naturally occurring isotopes. Isotope 1 has a mass of such and such, a relative abundance of such and such, and isotope 2 has a mass of so many atomic mass units, and a relative abundance of 42.6. And so in this case, we have isotope 1, have isotope 2, and what we have is 120.9038 times 57.4%. Then we have second isotope, which is 122.9042 times 42.6%. We multiply those out, make sure to move decimal spot over here, and sum them up, these 2 expressions, and this will be your answer. So likely you can check it with the periodic table or something, which is your part 2. Sometimes you will be missing one of these values, and you'll have to look up the atomic mass in the periodic table based upon what you have. So that's how you solve this.